Hey guys, Joe here with Local Pro Helper, and in this video I have some exciting news for you. Or it might be exciting news, maybe not, I don't know. So what's the exciting news? Well, the exciting news is I decided to join the 100k Contractor Program that is ran by Tom Reber. So if you're not familiar with him, he just recently got his own HGTV show that's in the middle of shooting, so we'll see that at some point, called Unfinished Business. He also has the Contractor Sales Academy, which I was a part of last year, and it's why we've changed some things within our business that's worked out really well. And he also has the Contractor Fight TV YouTube channel, which you probably know about at this point. So why did I join this program if I am basically telling you how I, have a very comfortable life with only working 15 minutes a day? Well, there's a few reasons. Number one is, and before I go any further, I joined the program and I'm actually going to do weekly updates. Okay, so basically tell you what I learned, what I like, what I didn't like, and basically show you a comparison of where my head's at to where his head's at as well. And a lot of things kind of mesh together, but I'm just going to show you the differences. And so why am I doing this? A few reasons. One is, again, why would I show, if I'm showing you on videos all the time, like how comfortable life, working 15 minutes a day, why would I join the program? Well, the one thing I've always realized is that I can never stop learning. So every day I am watching different YouTube videos from people such as Tom or someone that's more in the mindset space, because it's super important to me. And then among other things. And then the other reason is I realized that even though I was able, within 5 years, be able to start a business with no clue, and now I only work about 15 minutes a day, going to spend more time on this video than I spend on my business today. And, but I realized that just because I do something this way or a certain way, and just because it works for me, doesn't mean it's the most efficient use of my time. It doesn't mean it's going to bring out the best results. Because at the end of the day, if I'm making X amount from this business and I learn a few tips from Tom and his program, those few tips, no matter what they are, could make a substantial difference. One tip could literally make you an extra $50,000 a year. It's that simple. I just want to learn as much as I can. And basically, bring it in, look at it, kind of analyze it and learn it the best I can. And then from there I can decide, if it's going to work best for my business, or like I normally do is I will just try something. And if it works, great. If not, then I move on to the next thing. I might have 10 different ideas that I think are great and I'll try all 10. There might only be one winner, but the thing is that one winner could be like a home run. Again, it could be that one tip that makes me an extra $50,000 next year without having to work any harder, right? So that's why I'm doing it. The other reason is I want to hold myself accountable. So I am very good at, especially late at night, I will, if I see something in my feed or something just seems like a good idea or whatever, I just do it. Or if it's a course or whatever, I'll just buy it. And, I'll be all gung-ho for like a week or so. And then after that, I get busy and, I move on to something else or put it on the back burner or whatever. But because I have to do these weekly updates about what I've learned and, whatever else, well, now it's holding me accountable to actually stick with the program, because what's the point of paying for a program if you don't actually use it? And believe it or not, when it comes to the online, skills enhancement or the teaching or the courses and that kind of stuff, most people just buy it and then they don't do anything with it. And it's not just that, that's in real life too. Plenty of people buy shit, treadmills and everything else are a perfect example where, a year later, they're now a clothes hanger. So I'm trying to hold myself accountable. The other reason is I want to be able to show you kind of what's inside the program. Obviously, I'm not going to show you, verbatim what it is, because obviously if you want the information, you're going to have to get the program. And, but I want you to show you what it's kind of about, and then you can make a better decision if it's a right fit for you or not. Okay, and then there's a final reason, which is kind of selfish on my part, but I guess not really selfish, because Tom should get quite a bit of, I would think he's going to get referrals out of this. But the other reason is I just started this YouTube channel. I only had 12 subscribers, and obviously with Tom and on, I think YouTube he has 50 some or 30 some subscribers. There's going to be, I'm going to have more visibility. People are going to find my channel because of videos that I'm posting. If I'm posting about Tom or I'm posting about the 100K program, people are searching for that, so they're going to see videos like this as well. So it's kind of like a win-win for everyone. It builds up my channel, it's going to build up his channel, it's going to get him more of a following, and then it's going to convert or convince more people to try out his program. Or that's what the goal is. Anyway, so what can you expect to see? Like I said, it's going to be weekly updates, and I'm basically going to go over things that I've learned, things I liked, what I don't like, and kind of compare like what his mindset is for teaching something compared to mine, and then you can kind of decide like what works for you. Because again, there's a lot of things I do differently than most people, but then again, I've only been around in business for 5 years, whereas Tom's been, multiple times of that, right? So he's seen a lot. He's already worked with a ton of companies, so he's seen a lot of different things. So just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Okay. And the one thing I do want to say right off the bat is, so I guess this will be kind of like the first weekly update, is I just went through. The nice part what he has is he actually, it's kind of like a mastermind kind of setup. So obviously he has his main training, and then you get your Facebook group. So then you're able to bounce ideas off of, other like-minded people, which are, people that are looking to move forward and improve their business and that kind of stuff. And when you're with those kinds of people, like, you can only improve, because at the end of the day, you are, you become like the people that you surround yourself with, right? So, and that in itself is helpful. But he has other people. So it seems quite a bit at this point, but I think it's at least a month where you have at least Tom talking once or twice, and he also does updates and lives and questions and that kind of stuff. But he'll have like a main topic, and then you have people such as Logan, which is the son of the main Shinfu guy in the CSA group, and his main thing is for marketing and for the websites and whatnot. And I gotta say, I just watched a video from him, his replay from this past month, and it was gold. Like, honestly, like, that's one of the tips. Like I was talking about that $50,000 tip. Like, there were several in there that are worth at least $50,000 in profit, if not more. So that's just one reason to join. He also has Rita, which is his bookkeeper. She's on, I don't know how often it is, to be honest with you, but I've seen one of hers. It was good information in there as well, some stuff I already knew, but I'm looking to dive deeper into hers, because knowing the actual numbers, like, that's one of my weaknesses. He has another guy called Derek, which is the main guy in CSA group that's been an all-star, and he's been an insane salesman. So I haven't watched any of his videos yet, but I know him from the CSA group that talks about sales, which obviously the main thing you need in business is sales. There's another guy called Art, named Art, and he goes over, I didn't watch any videos yet, but it's about employee issues and recruiting and that kind of thing. So what you get with this program is kind of like an all-around approach to your business, because obviously you need the kick in the ass from people like Tom, because he is very, like, if you don't know Tom again, like, he is very, like, motivating, kind of like, not Tony Robbins, but kind of like Tony Robbins of the construction industry kind of deal. Get your shit together. And then you got the marketing side, you got the sales side, you got the employee side. Like, it's kind of like that full range, put together. So it's pretty sweet. But like I said, just watching Logan, there's a few tips. Also, the first thing you look in the social media campaign from Tom, like, that's more gold that I saw right away, and that was in the first week. So I haven't invested a ton of time. That's why I'm creating these videos, so that way I hold myself accountable, which is important. And that's the other thing that's nice within that, because then you can kind of post what you're going through or what your goals are or whatever else, which he has these tracking sheets, which it makes you actually look at your numbers, because a lot of guys don't look at their numbers. And so that's going to be super helpful. All in all, it's a great program. Now, how much does a program cost? Well, at the time of me doing it, it was $400 a month. Or you could save 2 months, and when you booked for the entire year, that was basically the two options up front. And then once you bought, if you didn't buy, like, I didn't buy the year plan, because I don't know what's going to end up happening for myself. So what'll end up happening is, if you decline the full year, then it's going to do one upsell where it's like I forget the amount of months, but it's like buy like 5 months, get the 6 months free. It's something like that. So, which is pretty common when you're looking in like online marketing in the course. If you're a contractor, you probably don't know some of this stuff, but it's what he does is very common for what online marketers do. I was actually expecting to see more upsells and that kind of thing. But overall, like I said, so one thing I got to caution a lot of people against. So a lot of people will hear $400 a month and they're like, you know what, that's too damn expensive. Like, that's $5,000 a year. But if there's one piece of information you gain a month and each one adds like an extra $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to your bottom line, well, you're going to more than pay for the program with the amount of value you're pulling out of the program. So the one thing I always suggest to people is don't look at the price tag, look at the value proposition. So the way I look at things is if it's $400, as long as I'm getting at least $400 worth of value out of it, then I keep doing it. Like, it's that simple. Same thing with Google Ads and everything else. Too many people are hung up on price tags, and instead they really need to start focusing on the value. Because focusing on price tag, that's more of like a poor mindset, poor mentality. That really doesn't get you to where you need to go. On the flip side, if you're looking at the value that something can bring, again, like the $50,000, that's 10 times what I would pay for the course or the program if I stayed within a year. So anyway, I wasn't trying to make a long video, but of course I always do. But I think you're going to enjoy it. I already know I'm going to enjoy it and get a lot out of it. So I'm curious to see what else happens, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.